So we've had a rough couple of workouts the last couple of times, so we're going to take it back a little bit. We're going to do some mobility stuff today. We're going to do our dynamic mobility. We're going to go into a little bit of our dynamic flexibility, and then we're going to do some hip cars to work on making sure we increase that range of motion. So it's going to be a little bit of an easier day today, dial back a little much more of a regen focus. So take everything nice and slow. The point is to feel better after you're done than before you start. Okay, so first we're going to do a walking lunge to T-spine. Remember, we want to lunge out, make sure we move through our upper back, not our lower back. I'm going to back up a little bit so you guys can see. So, step out, front leg here, both hands down on the inside. We want to open up towards our up leg. Follow our hand with our eyes. Then take a step. Both hands down on the inside to our up leg. Follow our hand with our eyes. So, backwards over the gate. I'm actually going to do it going back this way so you guys can see what my hips and stuff look like. But obviously, normally we would still do it this way. Okay, so with backwards over the gate, I want to keep my hips and shoulders facing forward, up, keeping my leg at 90. Then I want to reach back around right there, take a step, up, over, back and around, up, over, back and around. Okay, we got a reverse lunge with a reach. So with this one, we want to make sure that we're reaching to that same side that our leg is up to. So I'm going to stand in this position right here. I want to reach back. Don't let my back knee touch the ground. I'm going to reach across right here. You'll feel that stretch all the way from here, all the way down into that front hip flexor. Keep my belly button and spine tight. I don't want to arch and reach way back there. Okay, so reach. Then I want to push. Go right back into it right here. And then I'm going to reach the other way. It's lateral lunge. Okay, important coaching points on this one is we want to make sure we keep everything facing forward. Again, now we're obviously going to have to turn the way that we're going this way because we're going laterally. So when I lunge out, keeping everything facing forward, I want to make sure my toes are facing forward. Don't turn my toes out this way or turn my toes in that way. Keep my knee behind my front toe. Take my hips and put it on that back wall right there. So I want to sink into it right there, big chest. Then I'm almost doing a pistol squat on that leg right there. So I'm out and then back up right there. What a lot of guys want to do with this one is they want to be here and then they want to stand back up that way because it's easier. So we're down here, pistol squat, up that leg right there. Now this one you do that way, facing the same direction, coming back so you can hit that other leg. Lateral low walk. So again, we want to make sure everything's facing forward. We're going to do down one direction and facing back the other way. Okay, so I want to be in a good low squat for this one. I want to keep my toes facing forward. Back up so you can see my toes. Okay, I want to keep my feet shoulder width apart. So I'm going to squat, I'm going to step, replace. Notice my feet don't come closer than shoulder width apart. We don't want that. Okay, so step, replace, step, replace. The more you can reach with that leg right there, the more burn you get in your hips and your glutes. Under the gate. So we set up the same as a lateral low walk, but we're going to step like we're going under a gate. I like to tell the guys that it's like if you ever climb through a barbed wire fence, that's kind of that up and down movement when you go under it and then you come back through. Is a good analogy for this one. Okay, so we're going to step through, squat, and then stand back up. Step through, squat, and then stand back up. Okay, again, make sure we're facing the same way so we can do down and back. I don't want to be there. Okay, big chest, big up, big squat, through that gate, back up tall. Backwards walk. So when we're doing backwards walk, I tell everybody, if I'm going to take a picture of you, I shouldn't be able to tell if you're going forward or backwards. So the coaching principle is the same as our forward sprinting. We're just walking backwards. Okay, so I'm standing up nice and tall right here, opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm going to reach, reach, reach. What I don't want to do is that I want to go here and then big chest and fall down there. So I want to keep up nice and tall, reach back, reach back. All right, back step lunge always gets everybody. There's a lot of moving parts to this one, but it's not nearly as complicated as you think. Okay, so I'm going to back up so you can see my feet because it helps. Okay, so I'm going to step forward. I'm going to go that way. So I'm going to step with my right leg. Then I'm going to step behind with my left. And then keeping everything as forward as I can, I'm going to sit in that hip right there and then work that hip and then stand up tall. Then I'm going to go again, right, and then left behind, then up tall, right there. Go in the other direction. I'm going to step with my left, step behind with my right, so I don't fall over. Step behind with my right, down, and then back up. Notice I'm keeping everything facing forward as best as I can. Obviously, it's a little bit more difficult if you're twisted, so do the best you can to keep everything facing forward. Sagittal and frontal leg swings. The sagittal and frontal is talking about the plane that we're going to be moving in, okay? So this is the sagittal plane. Grab an anchor. It doesn't matter if it's the side of your house, if it's your couch, or wherever you're doing this. You just need something to hold on to. We want to keep both of our hips and our shoulders facing forward. We're just going to swing our leg back and forth right there like that, okay? So this is the sagittal plane. Then we're going to turn and face our anchor. Then we're going to work through our frontal plane right there. To our eagles and our scorpions. So eagles, we're going to be flat on our back right out here, and then I'm going to swing my leg across as I'm underneath. So I'm right here. I want to swing opposite leg, opposite hand right there. Keeping it nice and low. What we don't want to do is come way up high and fall over like that. Try and keep your shoulders as close to the ground as you can. Swing it nice and low. Those are the eagles. The scorpion part of it, we're going to flip over on our belly. Hands right here. Still opposite arm, opposite leg. Try and keep your shoulders down and keep your hips as low to the ground as you can. Next set of drills we're going to do is our hip cars. Okay, these are really important for our hip mobility, especially with not as being able as active as we have been because we can't do as much. So we really start to lose that mobility. So this is something that can really help keep that mobility, keep you loose, keep you moving, feeling good. So the first one we're going to do is an internal rotation. So I want to be up nice and tall right here. I want to sit on both of my sit bones, take my feet a little bit further outside the framework of my body, stay up nice and tight right here, and then I want to just move in through that hip. I'm not very good at these because my hips aren't very flexible. I want to come right in, right there, so like that, okay? You see it from this side, up nice and tall. Notice I'm not hunched here or sitting way back here. You have to sit up tall on my sits bones, turning it in right there. Okay, next is an all fours forward rotation. So we're going to do a forward rotation and a backwards rotation right here. The coaching points are the same, you're just going different directions, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set up for both of them. So when I'm set up in this one, I want my hand under my shoulder and I need my knees underneath my hips, okay? I want a flat back. I don't want to arch this way or arch this way. If you're having trouble keeping your back flat, you can take like a book or a paper plate or something like that just to kind of reinforce that flat plane that you want on your back. It doesn't have to be heavy. So belly button to spine. Okay, I want to keep 90, 90, 90. I'm going to do it forward first. So I'm going to bring my knee to my elbow. Then I'm going to come out to the side, trying to get it as high as I can. And then I'm going to rotate back through right there. Okay, so up, out, keeping my back flat. Right there. So what it looks like when we start to drop here, we start to go way out there and not keep our back flat. So we want to keep our back nice and flat, get our hip, our knee up as high as we can, and then rotate through. Now that's forward. It's the exact same thing going backwards. All the coaching points are the same. We're just going to start back, up, and then come around right there. So up, foot flat on the ceiling, around, and then back down. All right, so now we got a standing forward and backwards rotation. I'm going to come back to my anchor, my trusty true form right here. Again, you guys, anchor can be anything, just something to where you can have enough room to take your knee out to the side. Okay, so I want to keep my hips and my shoulders facing forward. I usually like to put my hand right here on my belly just to remind me to stay nice and tight and engaged. So I'm going to come up to the side, try and keep my knee as high as I can as I swing it around. I don't want to fall too far forward this way. Okay, so I want to stay up nice and tall, big chest, and then back around. And as my knee goes out to the side, I want to try and keep my knee as tall right here as I can as I move through it. I don't want to be right there and let my knee drop. So my knee is up, out, trying to keep it as high as I can, and then I'm going to rotate through right there. So that's forward. Coaching points are exactly the same backwards. Hips, shoulders facing forward. I'm going to start back. Don't lean too far forward. Get my knee up and around, and then finish right there, and then back down. Back, toe flex to my shin, up and around, and then down. So like I said, we've had an intense couple of days with these workouts, so we're trying to dial it back a little bit and do more of a region focus, just like we do every 2 weeks in the gym anyway, okay? So the point of this, you should feel better after you're done than before you started. And this is a really good workout to get everybody involved in as well. Mom, dad, brother, sister. If you're watching this no matter what your skill level or your fitness level is, this will benefit you because we can all be more mobile and we can all feel better in our bodies as we move through our day.